your allegiance. Break the system of corruption.
Greetings, people of the world, we are anonymous. Greetings to the citizens of world, we are anonymous. The Knights of Malta is a world organization with its threads weaving through business, banking, politics, the CIA, other intelligence organizations, P2, religion, education, military, think tanks, foundations, the United States Information Agency, the United Nations, and other numerous organizations. They are not the oldest, but they are one of the oldest branches of the Order of the Quest in existence. The world head of the Knights of Malta is elected for a life term, with the approval of the Pope. The Knights of the Malta have their own constitution, making members exempt from international laws and are sworn to work toward the establishment of a new world order with the Pope at its head. They also have permanent observer status at United Nations. The symbol for the order is its Masonic double-headed eagle with the Maltese cross, which signifies royal bloodline dominion of the East and West. There is no question that Freemasonry has infiltrated the Knights of Malta. The Knights of the Malta members are also powerful members of the Council for the Foreign Relations, and the Trilateral Commissions. The Knights of Malta all have diplomatic immunity. They can ship goods across borders without paying duty or undergoing custom check. Does that ring any bells? In any case, that is power. The order has 13,500 knights, dames and auxiliary members. Until the 1990s, the highest classes of membership were restricted to individuals with the ability to prove a noble lineage. Nearly half of the 10,000 members belong to Europe's oldest and most powerful families. This cements the alliance of the Vatican and the black nobility. The black nobility is the rich and powerful of Europe. The head of the black nobility is the family that can claim the direct descendancy of the last Roman Empire. The royal houses of Europe, the black nobility, are knighted into papal orders. The British royal family are knighted into the Order of the Garter. The Queen is a Dame of the Order of Malta. Rothschild means red shield. The Rothschild are knighted into the Sovereign Military Order of Malta. The Rothschild are high-ranking members of the Knights of Malta. The Rothschild banking dynasty was created by the Jesuit order. Their title is Guardians of the Vatican Treasury. The Rothschild have been part of the Jesuit order since way before 1776. Maltese cross indicates membership and allegiance to the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, a Masonic order created in 1099 AD by direct descendants of Roman emperors, of which the Jesuit order is a brand. Maybe now you can see that things are beginning to fall into their place. The Grey Pope Pepe Orsini is working with his Black Pope, Adolfo Nicholas, the superior Jesuit general. The Jesuit order has full control of the Order of Malta. The superior Jesuit general directs the Grand Master of the order. Membership of the Knights of Malta entails obedience to one's superior in the order and ultimately to the popes. Therefore, the U.S. ambassador, who is also a member of the Knights of Malta, faces a conflict of interest. President Bush appointed Knights of Malta, Thomas Melody, to the post of the ambassador to the Vatican. In order to reach the highest levels of the Pentagon establishment, you must be a Masonic Papal Knight of Malta. Henry Kissinger, Knight of Malta. George Soros, Knight of Malta. Rudy Giuliani, Knight of Malta. Bush Sr., Knight of Malta. Prescott Jr. Bush, Knight of Malta. Meyer Amschel de Rothschild, Knight of Malta. David Rockefeller, Knight of Malta. William Casey, CIA, Knight of Malta. Queen Elizabeth II, Nelson Mandela, even people like Bruce Willis and Robert De Niro are Knights of Malta. Founder of Monsanto Company, John Francis Quinn, was a Knight of Malta as well. Who formed the CIA? It was a Knight of Malta. William Donovan. He was considered the father of the CIA. He was also the former head of the Office of Strategic Services, the predecessor of the CIA, before he created the CIA. Who formed the FBI? It was also a Knight of Malta. Charles Joseph Bonaparte. Why is this ignored? The Bush family are Knights of Malta in Columbus and subject also to the Jesuit order. The private security firm Blackwater that was operating in Iraq was the creation of the Knights of Malta and were used to bring papacy crusades to the Middle East. The royal bloodlines, presidents, prime ministers, and world leaders are all knighted into papal orders. The sovereign military order of Malta is a militia of the popes, and it is one of New World Order secret societies that are determined to overrun and destroy America. The sovereign military order of Malta and Jesuits and Freemasons control the New World Order political power structure, world banking, intelligence, and world politics, and the United Nations. Do not get distracted by the New World Order elitists of divide and conquer, the Hegelian dialectic. They have been backing the both sides of wars since Napoleon. Albert Pike, who was a brigadier general for the Confederate Army during the American Civil War, is alleged to have penned a doctrine to an Italian politician outlining plans for 3 world wars to bring a one world order. It plots how and why the First and Second World Wars rage in the early 1900s and provides a chilling prophecy over a third and final battle. It was reportedly sent by Pike, a 33rd degree high-ranking Freemason, to Italian politician Giuseppe Mazzini and was dated August 15, 1871. The letter, it is claimed, suggested World War I was planned to overthrow the Tsars in Russia and make Russia a communist stronghold. World War II was sparked as a catalyst to destroy Nazism, so communism could take over wearier governments and for a sovereign state of Israel to be set up in Palestine. The Third Global War, according to Pike, will be fought between the West and leaders of the Islamic war. Pike wrote, the First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the Tsars in Russia and of making the country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenter of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery and of the most bloody turmoil. How many so-called Islamic terrors have turned out to be false flags to put blame on Islam, and always CIA and Mossad are behind those false flags, including the 9/11. It is precisely because they are working on the scenario of Albert Pike to bring about the World War III and one world order. Humanity must get united, so that we can fight our true enemy, the New World Order globalist elites, instead of fighting each other. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.